school football games. This is Inside the Game, sponsored by Mitchell Auto Group.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The time is finally here, the greatest time of the year. It's the return of the high school football season. Welcome to Inside the Game right here on KSAN, your home for all of your high school football action from here in the Concho Valley. Thanks for staying up late with us. I'm Sports Director Jason Bridge, and for the next 30 minutes, we'll bring you highlights, scores, and post-game from tonight's big games. Tonight, we start off with the Central Bobcats, who bring with them some interesting storylines into the 2018 campaign. They enter a new district loaded with Metroplex teams, and can they still have that same success? Also, Texas Tech verbal commit quarterback Maverick McIver heads into his second year as the starter. Can he lead the Angry Orange to what the Angry Orange will hope to be a successful season? Well, that all starts tonight as they opened up against Colleen Shoemaker at San Angelo Stadium, and that's exactly where we find Rachel Turnock, who's standing by live for a recap of how Week 1 went down for the Cats. Rachel?
Yeah, Jason, it's so cliche, but when you wake up this morning, it kind of feels like Christmas morning because high school football is finally back in the Concho Valley. It feels like it's been such a long off season, but it's finally here for all 24 of our area teams. The Central Bobcats get to open up at home against Colleen Shoemaker, a team that they've actually been really successful against the last few years. Last year was kind of a little bit scary, though. Central's defense gave up 42 points against the Gray Wolves, something that just Bobcat defense doesn't really do that often. So how would tonight's fair go against Shoemaker here at San Angelo Stadium? Well, let's get to it. You know, Central's excited about this one. They are pumped. There was so much energy in the building before kickoff. It was so exciting, and Maverick McIver, he can run, he can throw, and you know what? He can pass. And he does. He finds Jackson Tim for a nice, beautiful gain right there, which would eventually set up this 9-yard touchdown pass to Philip Lupton. Oh, there he is. Central leads it 7-0. They're excited about that. That was the touchdown, actually the only point scored in the first half. Very slow first half, but Central's defense was looking good in this game. As you see, they take down Shoemaker's Deshaun McCubbins for the sack. Central led 7-0 at the half. The only points they gave up in this game, 7 points, as they go on to win it 19-7 over Colleen Shoemaker. Such a huge difference compared to last year, and that's something that they went into this game knowing. They had a lot of not so much anger, but just nerves on their mind, just knowing like, hey, we gave up 42 points to Colleen Shoemaker last year. We're not going to do that again. They had a great mindset tonight, and you know what? We're going to catch an interview with a player coming up after the break. But Jason, for now, back to you.
This update sponsored by Bug Express.
All right, thank you, Rachel. We'll be checking in with her throughout the show for some more post-game reaction from tonight's game at San Angelo Stadium. Okay, let's move on down to 4A and the Lakeview Chiefs. It's still kind of weird saying 4A and Lakeview in the same sentence, but here we are. The Chiefs moved down from 5 to 4A following realignment early this year. Not only do they have a new district, they've got a quarterback. That man is Kendall Blue, who takes over for 3-year starter Henry Nikias. And not only does Blue and his teammates want to get back to action, but so does their head coach Hector Guevara, who enters his second year looking for his first win as a Chief. And tonight they opened up 2018 on the road facing the La Mesa Golden Tornadoes. Kendall Blue showing off the arm early as he connects with Ahmad Daniels for the first touchdown of the game, taking Lakeview up 7-0. Then look at the wheels by Blue. Nothing blue about that one. He goes in for another Lakeview touchdown to make it 14-0 Chiefs. Then a little bit later, Jackson Napper for La Mesa. Their quarterback drops the snap, but he'd be okay. He recovers and throws it to Elijah Garcia and puts La Mesa on the board before the end of the first quarter. 14-7. Lakeview fought tooth and nail with La Mesa, but it just wasn't enough as the Chiefs fall on the road 47-42. And with that, our first vlog has come to a close, but don't go anywhere. Still a ton of action to get to tonight as we check in with our 3A squads, including a huge clash of powerhouses down in Wall between the Hawks and the Mason Punchers. Doesn't get much better than that. Highlights of that and much more next on Inside the Game. Keep it here.
Traditional or alternative, formal or informal viewing, burial, graveside, cremation, casket, overwhelmed When it's time to mourn the loss of a family member, there are a number of things that keep you from focusing on grieving. Schaefer Funeral Homes helps you take care of everything in a way that will help you focus on what is important, your family. Schaefer Funeral Homes takes care of you so you can take care of them. Schaefer Funeral Homes, serving Concho Valley families for over 30 years.
Emergency! Emergency! Liquidation sale event. Bank repos, rental and off-lease vehicles must be sold exclusively at Kelly Grimsley Kia on Arden Road this Friday and Saturday. Cars as low as $11,995 or no money down, $199 a month. Trucks begin at $299 a month with no money down. Several SUVs under 20 grand. And with every purchase, free oil changes and state inspections for life. Plus, we'll be open Monday, Labor Day for your shopping convenience. The liquidation sale event this Friday and Saturday at Kelly Grimsley Kia on Arden Road in San Angelo.
It's the Labor Day savings event at Gallery Warehouse Furniture. Lazy Boy recliners starting at $299. Lazy Boy leather recliners just $499. Take $100 off any spring air mattress set. 6-piece bedroom sets only $599. 5-piece dining room sets just $299. Nice plush Ashley sofas only $399. Right now, use our 12-month no-interest plan during Gallery Warehouse Furniture's Labor Day savings event. 329 West Washington will save you money.
Alice loves the scent of Gain so much, she wished they came in a fabric softener, too. Say hello to your fairy godmother, Alice. Oh, and look, they've got Gain scent beads and dryer sheets, too.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Girl, Pepto Ultra Coating will treat your stomach right.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Try new Pepto with Ultra Coating.
This update sponsored by Bug Express.
Check out this turnover belt, and none other, Daylon Green is holding on to it as Central gets a nice win in their home opener, 19-7. What a difference a year makes compared to the 42 points that Colleen Shoemaker scored on the Bobcats. What do you think was so different about this year?
This year, we had a scheme. Last year, they kind of threw a lot of crazy things at us, and they had a good run game, a scrambling game. So this year, we told ourselves, can't prepare this time. We knew what they were going to do, and we told ourselves that we were going to go out there and get it and get after it. After running team. That's it. Just 7 points that you guys gave up against Shoemaker tonight. You guys get a little bit like an extra reward or something from Coach Chester because of that? We should. I'm very proud of the coaching and our players. I mean, we're blessed. Good. I'm sorry. What was it like to finally step out on the field? You know, you've been anticipating this home opener since spring, basically. What was it like to finally get out there and just hear the crowd and get going? Wow, it was great. I'm saying the last time I played a real game was probably about 10 months ago. I got hurt last season, so it's really a blessing to be out there getting after it. All right, well, congratulations. Good luck against Del Rio on the road next week from San Angelo Stadium. I'm Rachel Turnock. Jason, back to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Rachel. Sweet belt, by the way, too. We'll check in with her one more time coming up in just a bit. Well, we arrive now to our 3A block in a game that analysts, fans, players, everybody, including myself, has been waiting to see since this game was announced early this year. 3A machine, the Wall Hawks, welcoming perennial 2A power, the Mason Punchers. Both teams know how to win. That's no secret. They don't lose a lot. Wall is coming off a 3-round playoff run, which many, including the team, considered a disappointment. With the Mason Punchers, no big deal. They're just coming off of 2017 in which they made it all the way to the 4th round. All right, enough of the pregame talk. Let's get to the action. Electric environment over at Hawks Stadium tonight. First quarter, no score. Mason quarterback Otto Wofford hits Chandler Button on the short pass, and Button breaks free and would eventually be taken down inside the 5-yard line for the huge gain. Second quarter, the Punchers would complete the drive as Wofford keeps it on the quarterback sneak, and he'll get into the end zone for the score. Extra point makes it 7-0 Punchers. Responding Wall drive. Sutton Braden on the handoff up the middle end. He'll break off a nice run for the Hawks, getting taken down at midfield, but a Wall fumble would bring the drive to a close, and it's Mason pulling off the win in Wau's own backyard tonight, 27-21. From there, we head over to Brady, where they hosted their former head coach, Chuck Lipsy, and those Ballinger Bearcats. We catch this one in the first quarter. Brady's Walker Bauer. He's searching for someone to throw to. He's going to go downfield, but he would be picked off by Cody Harrell from Ballinger. Sneaky, sneaky. A little bit later in the game, Ballinger quarterback Edgar Nunez looking for anything downfield, tucks it back, making some swift moves right there, and he would pull off a nice gain as well as he would get on the first down, and this one would go into overtime, and it's the Bearcats that would go off to pull the 1-point win in overtime, 20-19, and it was a battle of the Eagles and second-year head coaches in El Dorado, where TLCA's Brent Ryder faced off against Michael Jackson in the El Dorado Eagles. First quarter, TLCA tries to run it out wide, but El Dorado's Edgar Muniz and Garrett Harriman get the tackle for a loss. Later in the quarter, El Dorado shows off some tough running as Kevin Covarrubias takes some TLCA defenders for a ride on a nice gain for them. Then a few drives later, TLCA quarterback Caden Kirkland keeps it himself on the option keeper and bounces it to the right side for a good gain before getting knocked out of bounds. And TLCA would go on to fall to El Dorado. Big score in this one, 54-18. And here's a look at some other 3A scores from tonight. The Sonora Broncos under first-year starting quarterback Brian Van Winkle taking over Caden Cordell. We're on the road facing the Ozona Lions, and Sonora would go on to get the win, 34-19. Also, Grape Creek under the direction of first-year head coach Tanner Thiel was up in the big country facing the Baird Bears, and a little bit of a rough start in the Thiel era as they fall 30-0, excuse me, 30-0, no score. All right, that'll do it for our 3A block. Up next, it's 2A time, including the Erie County Hornets here in the Lee Harvey era. Highlights of the opener coming up on Inside the Game. Keep it here.
It's the Labor Day Monday sale at Ashley Home Store. Store-wide savings up to 50% off for 72 months, no interest. Doorbusters start at 9 a.m. on Labor Day Monday. Get a queen memory foam mattress for $98. Your choice bunk bed for $178. 2 recliners for $298. Take an additional 60% off clearance items. This Labor Day Monday at Ashley Home Store.
From the creators of Dr. Pepper comes the story of a town where every day is Saturday and everyone is a fan. And this fall comes the most dramatic season I can feel it of their lives.
What is it?
New neighbor, Sheriff.
We're Bat fans.
Everyone wants that trophy.
Are you kidding me? No!
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville, kicking off this fall.
San Angelo Restaurant Association presents the 43rd Annual Taste of San Angelo on Tuesday, September 11th. VIP tables open at 6 p.m. with general admission opening at 6:30 at the First Community Spur Arena. VIP tables are $300 and general admission is $30. Tickets can be purchased at Southern John or Princess Downtown Cafe, the Original Henry, Halfling Food Cottage, Roosters, and Dixie Park. Children's tickets are $6 and can be only bought at the window. So come and experience what San Angelo restaurants have to offer at the 43rd Annual Taste of San Angelo.
Oh my gosh, awesome concert. Dance to every song. You should have been there. Zach was there. He's so cool. I'll be waiting for you up front. See you soon.
When you stay connected to your kids, they'll stay connected to you. The Boys Town National Hotline can help. Call the Boys Town National Hotline at 1-800-448-3000 or visit us on the web at parenting.org.
It's the Labor Day Monday sale at Ashley Home Store. Store-wide savings up to 50% off for 72 months, no interest. Doorbusters start at 9 a.m. on Labor Day Monday. Get a queen memory foam mattress for $98. Your choice bunk bed for $178. 2 recliners for $298. Take an additional 60% off clearance items. This Labor Day Monday at Ashley Home Store.
This update sponsored by Bug Express.
Welcome back to Inside the Game. I'm Rachel Turnock out here at San Angelo Stadium. Got to give a shout out to our good friend Sam, who works here at San Angelo Stadium, leaving a few lights on for us as we wrap up the show tonight. You know, this is what happens. Central started their game at 7 o'clock and it is completely empty. Everyone is gone, but that's what happens when they move the kickoff time up by half an hour. But that's okay. You can actually hear a lot that's going on. There's still a few people around here, actually. I think there was a birthday party going on up at the front entrance. Who knows? I just heard a bunch of people singing happy birthday. But anyway, it's a happy night for the Central Bobcats as they win Shoemaker 19-7. Quite a difference from last year's game, something that Central just really wanted to make sure didn't happen again. So on to next week. They will play at Del Rio. Del Rio has actually, they're not playing tonight, they're playing tomorrow. Central will hit the road to face the Del Rio Rams, a team that they've actually had decent success against in the past. And also shout out to our KSAN weekend anchor Isabel Albritton. Her brother plays for Del Rio, so that should be a really exciting, maybe not so exciting game for Isabel, but they'll be on the road next week at Del Rio. All right, well, that'll do it from San Angelo Stadium. Jason, take it away with the rest of Inside the Game.
All right, Rachel, well, I just have one question for you. If there was a birthday party, I'm expecting birthday cake when you get back. Well, again, thank you for your work out there tonight at San Angelo Stadium, Rachel. Great insight, as always. Now, we've now arrived to our 2A portion of the night, and it's been a year of first-year head coaches, and that applies to the Erie County Hornets as they welcome in Lee Harvey, who takes over after David Waddell resigned in the offseason after taking a coordinator job up in the Panhandle out in Dumas. And first up for the Hornets in the Lee Harvey era, a strong McCamey Badger squad visiting OK Wolfenbarger Field. Early first quarter, no score. McCamey's Gunnar Adams takes the handoff in. He's gone. 45-yard touchdown run makes it 7-0 Badgers on top. Later in the first quarter, Erie County down 14-0, but then Nathan Chacon has a nice run, but you can't do that against good teams like this. He fumbles and McCamey would recover. Early second quarter now, McCamey's Carson Fuentes throws up a beaut to Nano Rodriguez. He hauls it in, and McCamey is down in the red zone. And guess what? They would turn that drive into 6 more points for the touchdown right here, as Erie County would take it on the chin tonight from the McCamey Badgers, 58-0. And we've got some more scores from you from the 2A action tonight. Cristobal would go on to fall on the road 34-18. 34-18. And how about Miles under first-year head coach Charles Bowles, not messing around, taking down Ranger 67-14. Whew, big win for the Bulldogs. Then Menard, little bit of a tough opener on the road in Cross Plains. They fall in a defensive battle 6-0. Then Ingram was on the road. Junction welcomed Ingram, and it was Ingram, Tom Moore, getting the win over Junction 30-8. All right, that'll do it for the the third block. Now we're getting into the finale. We're going to check in on some of our 6-man schools right here on Inside the Game, and also take a preview of Angelo State's big game tomorrow, their season opener on the road against Western Oregon. All that next on Inside the Game. Keep it here.
We're the Mason Cheerleaders, and you're watching Inside the Game.
Catering for Inside the Game is provided by Chick-fil-A.
Hey, boss, is this tag big enough for the giant tag sale?
No, you silly salesman. Get us a giant tag.
Is this it?
That's perfect.
Get a new 2018 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew and get $12,000 in total savings. Or a new 2018 Ford F-250 4x4 and save $8,000.
You can find us and all our giant tags at the corner of Houston Hart and Hardin Road, or shop 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
MGB Mike's Gold Buyers has moved to Avenue Inn by Angelo State. Same great MGB service, same great MGB people. New MGB location on Avenue Inn by Angelo State. Bring your gold, silver, and diamonds to MGB. Mike's Gold Buyers, new location on Avenue Inn next to Angelo State. And you'll say,
I sold gold and I like Mike.
At Bowles Heating and Cooling, we are the Concho Valley's leader for honest and reliable heating and cooling services. That's why we're proud to sponsor honest and reliable leaders like
Me, Erin Bailey.
And me, Isabel Albritton.
and the Concho Valley News Connection.
Get
ready for the best deals of the year during the Super Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. The Queen Size Summit is just $179.99, or upgrade to a free adjustable base when you purchase select Tempur-Pedic mattress sets. And choose free Bose noise masking earbuds, a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate, or a free 50-inch LED TV with any qualifying purchase. Plus, 7 years, no interest. Save big during the Super Labor Day sale only at Denver Mattress. Hurry, sale ends Monday.
What if your son or your husband?
Your brother came back from the service with a spinal cord injury.
Paralyzed Veterans of America helps our veterans secure their benefits.
Thank you, Paralyzed Veteran, for helping my son.
You can help. Visit PDA.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside the Game. We're now heading into the final stretch of tonight's show as we take a look at the high-flying, thrill-a-minute action of six-man. And we start off with a meetup of former district rivals, the Water Valley Wildcats and the Robert Lee Steers. The Steers have tons of motivation this season as they've missed out on the postseason the last few years. And this senior group wants to change all that, and they'll get some help from some area transfers, such as Water Valley's Manny Gamboa and very best Jayton Warren. As for the Water Valley Wildcats, well, they'll look for a return trip to the postseason in second year head coach Keith Wolf's at the helm of things. So let's see who would take home win number one tonight out in Robert Lee. To the action we go. First quarter, no score. Robert Lee fumbles on the snap, and Colin Hughes would recover for the touchdown. The Wildcats go up 6-0. Same quarter, same score. Robert Lee's Manny Gamboa going deep. The connection I told you about earlier paying off big in this one to Jayton Warren. That would tie it up at 6 apiece. Later in the quarter, same score. Water Valley at their own 3. Looks like they're in trouble, but look at Max Bradley go, getting them out of trouble. He's going to scamper his way all the way in for the touchdown. Big touchdown right there in the final. In this one, it's all Robert Lee, though, as they would go on to get the win 44-30. Some other six-man scores tonight. Paint Rock had a little trouble with Wichita Christian Academy. That game was in Rochelle. Christian Academy gets the win 60-14. And Braun, the Longhorns, in their six-man debut, not too shabby on the road as they take down Rising Star 44-0. And keeping in Water Valley's district in District 8 1A Division 1, and the Sterling City Eagles, who have high expectations for themselves heading into this season, made up with Bastrop Tribe Consolidated out in a neutral site game out in Garden City. And this evening, and the Eagles would come back after trailing. They would come on to get the win 28-24. And we've also got some six-man games going on tomorrow as well. The very best Falcons will look to make it 3 straight years of postseason play in 2018 under second-year head coach Casey Munn. And they'll start off the journey over in Rochelle against the Nueces Canyon Panthers. That one has a scheduled kickoff at noon. Later in the day, the Blackwell Hornets, fresh off a nice playoff run last season, will play host to the Eden Bulldogs as they look to bounce back after a disappointing 2017 campaign. Game time between the Bulldogs and Hornets is set for 7:30 p.m. in Blackwell. Well, let's talk some college football now, and the Angelo State Rams, who, like all the high school teams we talked about today, will kick off their season tomorrow afternoon on the road up in the Great Northwest. Head coach Will Wagner enters his 8th season as head coach and is pretty good in season openers, going 6-1 in his last 7, and going into his 8th one against Western Oregon tomorrow. Wagner says that some former Central Bobcats could see some significant playing time.
I think there'll be a huge part of our defense and especially special teams. Donovan right now is slated to start at that outside linebacker spot for us, and then Garrig is a guy that right now has helped create depth at that inside linebacker spot. But those guys are huge special teams participants and guys that'll help us in that area. And look for those, especially Garrig. Being the first year that he's playing for us, to continue to get more playing time as the season goes.
And here's one last look at it. Angelo State kicking off on the road against the Wolves of Western Oregon. Kickoff is set for 3 p.m. tomorrow. Rachel Turnock will have updates on the game at KSAN News at 6 and 10. And let's take a glance at some of tomorrow's much anticipated big opening weekend of college football. Ole Miss will visit Texas Tech in a neutral site game out in Houston. That one's at 11 a.m. Tom Herman and the Texas Longhorns will be on the road visiting the Maryland Terrapins. That one, too, is at 11 a.m. Some more games for you. TCU will welcome Southern Hey, that one will also be an early game at 11 a.m. over at AMNG Carter Stadium, and the Baylor Bears will welcome a team that's just north of here in the Big Country, talking about Abilene Christian. Kickoff in that one is scheduled for 7 p.m. We're going to switch it up a little bit as the journey to the Olympics for every athlete is challenging, competitive, exhausting. Well, you get the idea. But all for the chance to compete with some of the greatest athletes in the world while representing your country. And one former Wall Lady Hawk track star is taking that step to make her dreams of becoming an Olympian come true. KSAN Sports' Rachel Turnock has more.
The first time I ever really saw bobsled was I was on vacation with my dad and my brother. It was up in Canada. They have that sliding center. And my dad and my brother did it, and they let people up there. So they went down on the bobsled, and I wasn't old enough, so I didn't get to go.
A trip to the sliding center in Whistler, Canada at the age of 14 is one for the memory books for Anna Pickett.
It just looked like so much fun. It was really fast. It was loud, and after that, I watched it at the next Olympics, and the more I watched it, the more I fell in love with it.
Back in July, Anna traveled to the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs for a scouting camp. There, she went through various trials which tested her speed, agility, and strength. A tough but unforgettable experience.
You get to run around just like you were living there. So it's cool to see all that stuff and see the Olympians training up there that are living there.
So what is it really like to sit in a sled that's traveling over 80 miles per hour?
We're obviously not going as fast as they are, but you're pulling G's on every corner. It's like pretty much being on a roller coaster without being on the tracks. So it's a little out of control, but it's fun.
It's not uncommon for a track athlete to try and make their way to the ice, and that's what Anna will strive to do every day while attending McMurray for her track career.
I had an opportunity. Like, I knew college was going to be there if I didn't make it, so that was always an option. But it was just something that's once in a lifetime opportunity, so I wanted to take it.
All right, and those results will be announced in November of whether she made the team or not. Thank you for that, Rachel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for us from here on Inside the Game here on KSAN Week 1 edition. It's thank you time. As again, I want to thank Rachel Turnock for all of her work out there at San Angelo Stadium tonight. Thank you to our crews behind the scenes, photogs who went out and shot the games, those who stayed late to help round up scores, and our production crews for bringing this whole dang show together, because without all of them, none of it's possible. And finally, a big thank you to you, the viewer, for staying up with us and checking out all the highlights. It's much appreciated, and we'll hope you tune in next week. Same time, same place, Inside the Game. We're out of here. I'm Sports Director Jason Bridge. Have a great night and an even better weekend.
Inside the Game, sponsored by Mitchell Auto Group.